We're making this video today. Oh, you already should win the game. Let's just watch.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 15 carries, 57 yards.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And what a start to the season he's had. 10 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. Now, we won't start playing the game of what kind of pace is he on because it is a long year. But at the very least, he's got to be the front runner for NFL Offensive Player of the Month for September.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as the tackle made at the 42. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards. Throwing. Hooker. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. I'm coming after you.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Hooker. And this pass broken up.
Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
They'll go for it. Hooker, he'll take a shot for the end zone.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens,
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
and the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw.
That one's complete out to Michael Mayer.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
That is caught. He's into space past the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker,
55 yards.
and the Raiders are back within a score. Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll start the drive with Harris. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Come on. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They go play action. Here's Hooker.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Hooker on first down. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. Down to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Hooker's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Calvin on. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
Counter play with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Quickly, a slant to Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams from 3 yards out. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around, they're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
The point after, goodbye group.
Cougar 19. Hurry, hurry.
From the gun, it's Hooker.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hooker. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline.
And down to the 16-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Hooker.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hooker now off play action. Complete to Likely.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On the give, this is Harris.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's Hooker to throw it.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Now Hooker. He finds Pickens over the middle.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Steelers have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Slant to Adams.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back to throw again.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
He'll look to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's brought down. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Here's Groupie for the PAT.
And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one. And
this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hooker.
He's got this to Pickens.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Hooker. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. Touchdown!
Najee Harris.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was finished off by a Najee Harris touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
To the left side, there's Mayer.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
He'll drop to throw.
That's caught left side. Myers with it.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Down right around the 25.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go play action here on 1st down. And caught by Thomas for a Raider touchdown.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Groupie able to add the PAT,
and that gives him a 3-point lead. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 1st down throw here. It's Hooker.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Now, how about that?
Second 19.
Pick it up, Pete. 41's coming. 41's a mic. Blue there.
On second down, Hooker. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
41 mic right here. 41 mic.
They run a draw here on second down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's third down now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. 12 yards between them and the end zone. Second and 10. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin off.
Tag 70 Timberwolves.
I got 15. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15.
Back to throw. He has Mayer complete.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Another try, second and 10 now. They will run the draw with Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He's back to throw. Pass complete. It's Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Able to connect with Jacobs.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They had a chance to limit.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Harris diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, this, of course, set up by the
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield. Able to get this all the way out close to midfield, just what the doctor ordered on play one of this drive in crunch time.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's caught by Myers.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
A big play that time through the air. 64 yards.
Hooker on first down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now.